Alright guys, today we're going to be recreating the battle music from The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. So I was just like going through the soundtrack earlier and I was like, damn, what do I want to like remake next? And then I heard the battle theme and I was like, yo, this one's sick. It just sounds like so tense. I thought it was really interesting. And the way the instruments kind of like build up that tension throughout the song too. And I've been trying to make music like this lately, so I think this remake will like help me learn more about those elements. But I definitely need to remake more Zelda songs on this channel. Like there's so many good ones. And there's so many in this soundtrack. Anyways, I think that's all I have to say. Let's just get started with this one. Alright, so I'm gonna start this with like the rhythmic strings section just because this is what we hear like when the song starts off. And for the strings, I'm gonna be using Expand 2. So in case you're wondering why this causes so much like tension, it's because all the notes in this little progression revolve around the B diminished 7. Because as you can see, we have like the B, D, F, and then G sharp right here. Like if I just play all the notes together on my keyboard, you get something like this. Now I'm gonna do the lower string, which kind of helps with like the rhythm, and I already took out the high end just because you don't really hear the timbre in this part. Alright, so I'm done with the snare part, and let me show you how I was able to pull this off because it was kind of a weird situation. So initially I just had this snare just like repeated a bunch of times, and then here's what that sounded like. But as you can tell, it sounds really robotic and automated, and it just doesn't sound like someone playing. So I had to do some research. I was just like, man, like how can I make it sound real? And I had to like watch some videos. And then that's when I discovered this technique called multi-sample rotation. And I did it in this pattern, and let me show y'all what that means. So these first 4 snare hits are all different samples. So you got that one, and then you got this one over here, and then that one right there, that one right there. And so it kind of gives this like illusion that it's actually being played, and it makes it sound a lot more realistic. And I thought this was really interesting. Like listen to how this sounds now. As you can tell, it still sounds a little automated, but it sounds a lot more realistic, especially when you compare the first one. But I just wanted to share this in case it could help any of y'all with y'all songs. I just realized I had the rhythm wrong, but I just fixed it. This is what it actually sounds like. Now we're gonna go ahead and move on to the part that starts around right here. It kind of helps like add more tension to the song, and I think it's some sort of like woodwind instrument. And then it's around this part that we start getting some variation. And then I feel like there's certain points where it starts to get quieter and then comes back up, so I kind of did that with the velocity. And then later around this part, it repeats even longer. Alright, so this whole part repeats again, but the woodwind has even more variation in the second half. And by the way, I've been using this oboe preset from the Kawaii K1. Alright y'all, we're getting close to being done. The last thing we need is the horn lead, and I'm going to be using Expand 2. What's really cool about the lead though is there's a lot of space in it. Like it'll play a couple notes and then wait, and then it'll play more notes. And I just think that really works well for this song. So the last thing I did here was add some vibrato to the horn just to give it a little more expression, because that's what it's doing in the song. So I just wanted to do that to like add a little bit more accuracy to it. And I did all this using the mod wheel on my keyboard. All right, well, I think I'm gonna just go ahead and call it there. Definitely not the best remake I've done. There's definitely some challenges with this one, and I'm gonna be honest, I thought it would be like super easy when I went in, but obviously there's some stuff that caught me off guard, like the whole snare situation. But this soundtrack is really great. I mean, definitely listen to it if you haven't already. There's some more that I want to remake from it. But anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed this one. Like, let me know what y'all thought. If you want to hear the original song, I have that linked down in the description. But I'm gonna just go ahead and play this whole thing for y'all, and thank y'all for watching.